Hello, so welcome back to day 2 of the 3-day video challenge. So on day 1 we were talking about the planning process, about working out what you're going to talk about and how you're going to talk about it, and what format the video is going to take, how long it was. Today, on day 2, we're going to be talking about the actual production process. So I'm going to talk to you about just a couple of the little pieces of camera equipment which I use, and I've just realised I've forgotten one, so bear with me. I'm back. Here we go. So basically, there's a few very simple core bits of equipment which I use to make my videos with. So the first one which I'm using at the moment is this little. It's a Logitech HD webcam, basically. So that I've always got sat on the top of my machines. Well, I've actually got 3 of these. I've got one at home. I've got 2 in the office. One which now comes out mobile with me. Basically, it's better to have some kind of HD webcam than just like the ones you get on the laptops aren't that great quality. But if that's all you got, that's absolutely fine. So one of the things I always say to people is do what you can with what you know, because and whatever assets you've got access to, like, make sure you use them. The next thing that pretty much everybody's got is a smartphone, so an iPhone or Samsung Galaxy or something like that. These have great HD cameras on them, so we can take a selfie video. But again, like, doing selfies all of the time can get a bit nauseous for people, so with the constant movement and stuff like that. So what I'd suggest you get actually is one of these. So this is a Manfrotto tripod. They're on Amazon for about 20 or 30 quid. So it's a compact tripod, so it's about 2 foot long, with a swivel head on it, so you can actually change the angle of the video. And then a couple of things which I've actually got on top of mine are a ball head joint, just in case I want to make a very quick adjustment to the video, and then something called a Joby grip type mount, so you can actually mount the smartphone into the tripod whilst you're doing a video. So the idea then being that that it's static, and you can put it somewhere and go away and talk. Couple of other things which I've also recently got hold of. So the microphones on these are good, but if you want to do something at distance, there is something called a Hey mic, which is a Bluetooth microphone. It's good up to about 30 to 50 meters ish, and you get sort of very good quality sound connected up to your mobile phone. So if you're out doing a talk or something like that, or outdoors, or if you do something where you've got to move around and do video at the same time, like a Hey mic's pretty cool, has a magnetic clip on it as well. Then, I mean, one of the key things though as well is lighting and audio. And I think a lot of people kind of, they'll use this, but the phone, but then the audio isn't always that great, especially if you're at a distance or if there's a bit of wind and you're outdoors. So getting yourself some kind of a microphone is normally quite handy. So you'll see here I've got my fixed mic, this is a Rode Podcaster, which is a professional studio mic. So I do a lot of podcast interviews, but I also just set this up for my videos and stuff. I also recently got sent this Audio Technica microphone, which has got a little stand. So as far as like a fixed sort of mic is concerned, I could equally just have this set up, same as my it's a USB microphone basically, and it's also got some other you can plug it into a mixer and all sorts of fun stuff like that as well, mixing desk. But basically audio is really the key to any video. Like, most people can put up with like not great video, but if the audio's a load of rubbish, they'll get switched off straight away. I don't know the mechanics behind that, why people do that, but I feel it's true. I always get comments on if there's terrible audio on one of my videos, there's a lot of downward facing thumbs, which isn't great, but hey, they've obviously got a valid point. So if you can, like, get yourself a decent microphone or something like a Hey mic, just at least so the clarity of the audio, because a Hey mic is a lavalier microphone, so it just clips on there. I've also got a cabled lavalier mic which I can plug straight. It's called a Rode SmartLav, which you can just plug straight into your phone. So basically the worksheet for this is I'm literally going to make a list of all of the equipment that I use. You could also use something like this, which is a Zoom H2N recorder. So, but then the only downside of this is you've then got to sync up the audio with the video. So that's great if you're used to producing video, but it's not so great. I find it much easier if you can find a way of taking the video and audio at the same time, like capturing it, so you don't have to post-process the audio and the video, basically. So my basic makeup is typically this, like the Logitech HD webcam and a decent mic, both plugged into USB, using open broadcast software, and that seems to produce a good enough quality video. The final side of it as well is then the lighting. So it's not turned on at the moment because actually it's quite bright outside, so I've just gone with natural light. But I've also got this mobile or small sort of LED light here, which is just fixed on a tripod. If you look on the back of it, it's got an on-off switch, and then also over there a temperature control. So I can actually like turn up and down the brightness of that. And what I might just do very quickly is, oh gosh, my camera's all over the shop now. Hang on a second, let's just get this back and ready. There we go. So there we go. That's better. So I might save the lighting side of things for a different time. Like I said, at the moment it's bright enough light out there, so I'm just going with the natural light. These LEDs, fluorescent tubes up here aren't fantastic because they give a bit of like an orangey, yellowy sort of glow, but I've got enough natural light. I suggest if you're doing videos in the dark or in a dark area, like do get yourself some kind of LED light. There's some really cool like halo lights which you can get as well nowadays. But yeah, the key thing is I try not to do I try and do as little post editing as I can on my videos, because like it's a technical enough hurdle just getting over recording them and in the first place. So like if you then got to go through jump through hoops of like editing it, you know, it just saves time. And especially if you're doing it things like YouTube and Facebook, people don't want like highly like dramatized edits, like, you know, movie quality like video. They just want a video which is good enough so you can get your message across. Quite often as well, I'll also like just simply do sorry, hands in the way. I'll just simply do like a whiteboard type exercise where I'll just do an explainer video, like talking through one of my business models or something like that. And equally, that seems to work pretty well too. So just to kind of summarize, so camera, what camera are you going to use? Are you going to use a microphone or not? And if so, is it going to be wired or not like wireless? What sort of quality microphone are you going to use? And then lighting. They're really the three sort of key things around the production process. And then in terms of like what software, so obviously your mobile phone has software built into it. My wife's just sent me a shopping list. It has software built into it to put the audio and the video together. But you may also choose to use something like open broadcast software, depending on what format video you're using, but that automatically takes care of most of the editing process. So that's day 2 on the 3-day video challenge, talking about production. We've got the final part of it tomorrow, which I'm going to be talking about promotion. So if we've got a simple one-take video like this, how do we then go about marketing it? So if you're interested to know more, obviously there's a worksheet which will go with this. It's just going to be a very simple like video content checklist, which I'll upload. And I will see you tomorrow for day 3 of the 3-day video challenge.